What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, man, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. Week 6 is here, and our Commanders are gearing up for Monday Night Football against the Chicago Bears, y'all. Let's talk about it. All right, man. So y'all already know, man, this is a very exciting game, man. Maybe a lot more for the Chicago Bears than the Washington Commanders since we won the last matchup that when we played against them last year. Y'all already know the Hail Mary game. One of the most monumental, points of our season as we started the new regime with the Washington Commanders. But before we get into all that, man, make sure y'all please go ahead and hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel, man. We trying to grind it out to 800 subscribers. And then also, man, hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified when your boy Simba drops some new heat for y'all. All right. So as y'all see right here, man, conquer the night, man. All black blickies are coming out. I will be boots on ground for this game because I missed the last one. I don't know if I'm jinxing myself. I don't even want to think that I am by going to this game and not staying at home and watching this in my humble man cave down here in the basement, solo dolo, rooting for my team. But I'm going. I don't care, man. Win, lose, or draw. We definitely. Well, I'm not gonna say we. I need to be here for this game. This game is definitely going to be a very, very exciting one to be at. They are already calling for us to wear the all blacks. So me and my man gonna be suited and booted. I'm gonna be up there cheering on the team. But let's get into a little bit of the history for some of those that may not have caught, which was, again, like I said, one of the most monumental moments in our, Commander season last year. The Hail Mary, the talk around the town, one of the greatest plays all season throughout the NFL, period. You got some people say, oh, it was luck, but hey, at the end of the day, any Hail Mary that is caught, it's fucking 80 to 95% luck. It's very fucking lucky. And like I said, man, you need a little bit of luck on your side playing a game of football or any game. Any game, you need just a little bit of luck, man. Yes, your skills can sometimes, get you that W, but sometimes you need the ball just to fall your way. And shout out to my Georgia Bulldog Stevenson for looking out for my mob in the NFL, the Washington Commanders, not being 100% locked in and getting over to the play late, not late, but he was on time, but tipping the ball back to our guy Noah Brown for a comeback victory. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to JD5 for throwing that pill down the field. You know what I'm saying? But that was last year. Now, some of the fans from the Chicago side are holding on to that hurt that pretty much train wrecked their whole trajectory, their whole season after that. That L pretty much sent them down a downward spiral where it was just like they was losing back-to-back games. They just could not overcome how bad they lost. We saw Caleb Williams on that sideline when we completed that pass. We saw how mad he was. We saw how upset he was. So a lot of the players, a lot of the fans from the Chicago side are very eager to come to Northwest Stadium and just hand us an L. But for the Commanders, we're not as like up and raw. Like, oh my God. To us, this is another game. To us, it's another week. Last year was last season. We're not holding on to that victory. We're not raising that W over any Chicago Bears fans' head. We're looking at this year, this season, how we've been playing the game of football, coming off of a victory against the LA Chargers, and trying to stack upon the good football play. Did we play great football on the defensive side? No. But did we play much better than we did against Atlanta, not allowing the explosive plays? We did. We gave up maybe one. That was that scramble by Justin Herbert. And then we gave up some key third downs that I would think that we would want to continue to get back to and get better at stopping and getting off the field on third downs. But the communication definitely does have to get better. But I think it was a lot better last week. So can we continue that and bring that into this week? The Caleb Williams of last year is not the Caleb Williams of this year. He's a little bit better. He has Ben Johnson under calling the plays. they have some new things going on over there. Is they defense is still a stout defense. So we can't take their defense for granted. Not one little bit. We cannot. So I'm still trying to get over this cold, y'all. So y'all bear with your boy Simba, man. I'm trying to come over this cold, flu, whatever the hell is going on with me, man. But I'm here dropping this video for y'all because y'all deserve to hear from your boy Simba, man. Um, I think that this game is definitely going to come down to the defensive stops that are made by either team. Whichever defense shows up and shows out the best, I think that's who's going to have the best outcome. I still think that my Commanders is damn sure going to win. As long as we got JD5 in the backfield, commanding the offense. Hell yeah. Yeah, we want Terry back. Yeah, we want a lot of these other guys to be playing. But with 5 on our side, Slim, I like our odds against any team. And that's just me keeping it a beano with y'all. Call me fanned out. I don't give a fuck. Call me a glazer. I don't give a fuck. But with JD5 and what our newfound, what the fans already knew, we saw it. And with our newfound running game, Slim, that this add another level, taking our offense to another level. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the offense. I know I kind of talk a little bit about the defense a little bit, but I'm gonna jump back to the offense and kind of what my expectations is. Who do I think should stand out for us to have the best chance of winning? And you kind of already heard me allude to it, and that's the running game, y'all. I'm just a firm believer in it. If you have a successful run game, your pass game, it just helps your pass game out, man. It helps your pass game. You have more lanes open. You have cornerbacks guessing. You have cornerbacks, trying to play the run versus playing the pass. And then you allow receivers to get over top of them. And then it's good for opening up lanes in your zone and defensive zones. You know what I'm saying? Which we're going to see. We don't see a lot of teams play man against us for some odd reason. Maybe the Packers did play a lot of man, but I think it was more zone as well. But I expect us to continue the success that we had the last 2 weeks because it's not like the run game wasn't there against the Falcons. We just stopped running the ball. So, Cliff, my boy, hopefully you are, locked in and you are pretty much still going to, use the run game to help our offense move the ball down the field into the red zone. And whether that come with 7, which we hope for, 6, or we come away with field goals. But points is the key to the game. We need to get points on the board, as many as possible. Hopefully JD, got a lot of that rust off, missing 2 weeks in the Chargers game. He definitely rallied back as the game progressed against the Chargers. So hopefully that rust is gone. Hopefully him being able to be locked in with Debo, Luke McCaffrey. I do not want to see Chris Moore on this field. So whatever we need to do, whoever we need to get back, Noah Brown. We're going to go over the injury report in a little bit. Scary Terry. It has been reported by, DQ that, not DQ, but we saw the injury report. I'm going to show y'all in a few seconds, and we're going to go over that as well. But he wasn't padded. He didn't have a jersey on, so he was just going through stretches with the team. We actually seen him jog onto the field a little bit, and it doesn't look like he's having any hesitation in his run. But that's not running full speed. That's not planting. That's not getting hit. So do I like our chance? I think we have a better odds if we have Terry on the field. I just do. But if he's not 100% ready to go, where there's no limitations and he can go out there and run the routes that we need him to run and make the contested catches that he's made for us his whole career here, go ahead and send him another week. We got Luke McCaffrey. I would rather bring in Robbie Anderson, sit Chris Moore, because that touchdown, that bullet that JD threw to the back of the end zone, that's gotta be a touchdown catch. I'm just sorry. Yes, we still scored, but Chris Moore, those are the catches that makes us the fans say, all right, Slim, we got something with Chris Moore. Right now, it's super inconsistent. Bama will drop a pass and then he come back and make 2 or 3. Or he'll catch 2 and drop 1. It's just like it's not no consistent hands. Like, come holler at me, my boy. I can get you right, Slim. I promise you, I can turn you in from a body catcher to a strictly hand catcher. And I'm talking about even when guys are over you, Slim, I can get your hands better. I got some tricks, It's like, no, I'm just playing. Don't listen to me. I ain't shit. But the run game is definitely where I think we need to continue to establish early. I'm talking about first down. Come out with a run. Every team has seen us pass the ball on first down. It's documented. So Cliff, throw these Bammers off a little bit. We done seen the motions. We done seen the trickery on first down. We have never, I'm not gonna say never, but we very few see our offense come out, open drive, and run the ball first down. Why not? Why not make it this game? Why not make it this game? Run the ball, put your Corey back there, and let him get the pill and let him do what he do. You know what I'm saying? And then that's going to open up the passing lanes. I promise you it will. Because if we can run the ball successfully against Chicago, who got a pretty good defense, they not no slouches on defense at all. They're getting some guys back. I'm not sure. I didn't see their injury report yet. But we got to be able to move the ball down the field, and that's going to start with our run game. So if we can have the run game be successful, I like our chances on offense and putting up, points on the board. So that leads me to talk about the defense, which is, they played good complementary football last week against the Chargers. Did they still have some mishaps? Yes. You could see Bobby Wagner getting a little frustrated as he's trying to relay the calls into the secondary. And he looked, it was a timeout, and he looked frustrated. He looked to the sideline, was like, what the fuck is going on? You don't want to see that back-to-back weeks where the communication just doesn't seem to be. And I'm going to stand on this. I feel as though Joe Witt should make an appearance down from that play calling booth down to the sideline. I know we're dealing with grown-ass men, and they should know the calls. They should be able to relay the calls once it's called in the headset. They should know the signals. They should know all this, right? But it's just something different when you, the play caller, is down there on that field, and you can address shit right there in front of them, not having to talk to them over a headset, which should work. Joe Witt, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong, but it's just not working consistently. We shouldn't be starting off the season, not being able to communicate, especially when half the defense has returned from last year. Just calling, hey, just being honest. We should not be having a lot of these, communication issues on the back end when we had Quan Martin, we had Trey. I mean, not Trey. We had Mike Sanders still. We had Marshawn Lattimore. And the guy that seems to be playing the best on the back end has been Trey. He had a good game last week. Marshawn did too. But I'm just saying, it doesn't look like things are being communicated still, all 4 quarters of football. It was good to see sightings, and I watched the presser of Joe Witt saying that we had some 3 linebacker packages to get Jordan McGee out there to get him some more snaps. And I hope to see my man again this week, because guess what? Caleb Williams is not a guy that you can just think is going to be, taken down off the first piece of contact. And he got wheels. He can escape the pocket very, very well. He can throw the ball from all angles. No diddy, no diddy. And he can make plays while on the move. So, our DBs got to stay locked in. We definitely got to stay locked in, with our principles, and not take our eyes off of the, defenders down the field, and stick with them like glue. And then we got to have our DNs keep him in the pocket, and you compress. You don't run straight up the lane. You don't run straight up the pass lane. You got to get up and compress him into where you can force him into our D tackle, our interior line, and maybe a linebacker like Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, or Jordan McGee. We might need Jordan McGee to be in the game to kind of be our spy back. That's just probably what it is, because I think he can run sideline to sideline, and he can get to Caleb Williams and make the tackle. Now, that's the second part that he has to do, because he did miss some open field tackle. He did miss some tackles last week against the Chargers. He had a sack or tackle for loss that he missed. So hopefully he can, continue to get better with the more reps he gets on the field. But I'm looking for our D line and Rob, and then also what we have been doing very well in stopping the run. Hopefully we can continue that. Joe Witt also spoke to, we have been doing very well at stopping the interior runs. So the runs up the middle. Now the runs on the outside and the unscripted runs, we have to do better at, rallying around, these offensive players and getting them to the ground. I think we did a little bit better job tackling, but can we clean it up? Hell yeah. We definitely still got to do a better job tackling. But if we can keep Caleb Williams in the pocket, and we can keep our eyes on, our principles and what is being called on the back end, I like our defense, having a better game than we had even last week. Do I think we can get some sacks? Hopefully. Do I think we can get some turnovers? Why not? Caleb Williams has thrown picks. We're not gonna get into that whole first overall pick versus second overall pick. Y'all heard my man JD. Nah, he was the first overall pick. I was the second overall pick. That is what it is. There's nothing to discuss about that. It's not a continued, and we know the media is gonna make it that way. We know the media is gonna continue to make it that way. Oh, whenever we play against them, oh yeah, it's Caleb Williams versus Jayden Daniels. Well, Jayden Daniels 1-0 right now. You get what I'm saying? We up one right now on that matchup, and I don't care. I seen one post where it was, or somebody had posted on TikTok, and he was like, "You got a lot of fans on the Chicago side. Yeah, he gonna have a better game than JD." Hey, Slim, I'm here to tell you, my guy. Us Washington fans, who cares about winning more than individual stats? Like my man said, he could throw for 800 yards. If he come away with an L, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how bad the game is, how many throwing yards, touchdowns he throw for. As long as he lose at the end of the game, as long as we holding up a W in our win column and we go 4-2, that's all I really give a fuck about. I don't care what JD do statistically wise. I want it to be good because his success leads us to victory. But I'm not saying that he needs to throw for 500 yards or 400 yards, 300 yards, three touchdowns, run for like 2 touchdowns. I don't need all that. I just need you to do your job. Don't turn the ball over. Get the ball to our playmakers and let them do the rest and lead us to a victory. That's all we care about over here in Washington, my boys. I mean, my fan base over there in Chicago. Shout out to y'all. That's the way that y'all viewing this game. But we care about wins. We don't care about, you know what I'm saying, who going off for our team as far as players. We want whoever to go off. We don't care. As long as we injury free and we come out with a victory, that's a bar if you're listening. That's all we really care about. So let's go ahead and get into the injury report real quick. Conquer the night. Like I said, man, we're gonna be rocking out all black. Here we go. Terry McLaurin quad did not practice. C-Rod Calf did not practice. Debo Hill didn't DNP. John Bates shoulder limited. Noah Brown, we did see him on the practice field. He was suited and booted. He was very limited though. Sam Cosmi, who would be a great, when we get him back, he actually spoke. I think I got a little bit of his presser that he spoke with Scott Abram about. And he said, man, if you don't see him this week, you're definitely going to see him next week. But hopefully, if they get past the day and he has 2 back-to-back, I think they probably practice Saturday since we got a Monday night game. If he has 2 full practices, I don't see why we don't see him this week. That's just me. Like, I just don't see how you don't play. And then Jayden Daniels' knee was a full practice. All right, and then we got to give a shout out to our guy, our rookie, our 7th round hitting gem, Ja'Cory, aka Bill Krosky Merritt, man. He has now obtained his 2nd rookie of the week, man. Y'all know he got one for week 1 for having a stellar game against the Giants. And then last week against the Chargers, 14 carries, 111 yards, averaged about 8 carries a pop every time he touched the rock. And he had 2 touchdowns. That's the winning formula, guys. That's the winning formulas. If we can get, and I'm saying it's the winning formula when we are successful at the run game. Am I saying we're going to be successful every week? No, I am not. But you have to establish the run, even if the run ain't working. Even if you got 15 carries and you only averaging 3 yards a carry, you got to keep a defense balanced. You cannot give away that we're going pass heavy. You just can't. So you got to keep the defense honest. You got to keep running the ball and letting them know that we don't give a fuck if we only get 1 to 2 yards of run. Nigga, we still going to run this bitch. Because that's just how you keep defenses on their toes and not allowing them to understand, oh, yeah, they ain't pass. We know they ain't pass time now. This is when they got to pass the ball. So shout out to Ja'Cory for coming away with another rookie of the week. Hey, let's go back to back like Drake said. Here go Trey Amos speaking to Scott.
DQ said this week that he challenged you guys to level up. What does that mean?
Hold on. Let me make sure the audio is being put through. Yeah, I don't think it's been pulled through. But anywho, here go Scott. Here go Terry McLaurin stretching a little bit on the field. We see our guy Luke McCaffrey. Was that Luke McCaffrey? No, that ain't 11. My fault. That's 12. That's Chosen. I thought he was wearing. I thought Robbie was wearing what's the name? But that's what we got right there, y'all. I will be at the game. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all, if y'all see me, say what's up. Come holler at your boy. I'm gonna probably tailgate a little. I'm gonna go crash and tailgate. So let me know where the tailgate's at. I'm definitely gonna pull up. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Who y'all expect to see? Who y'all want to go off for the offense and defense? And we'll discuss post game. I might do my first post game live after the game on Monday. I may come back home and I might hop on live and talk to y'all for for an hour or two. Just to chop it up. Win, lose, or draw, y'all would definitely see me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do my first live on YouTube. I've been doing them on TikTok, but I'm gonna do one on YouTube just to show y'all some love. So I hope to see y'all, man. Post game Monday night. Commanders versus the Bears. Let's go and get this W, baby. Raise Hill. I'll catch y'all on the next one, baby. I'm out.